Have you ever wondered about a city that disappeared? An incredibly advanced city, containing treasures and secrets and a center of power and trade, but in an instant, it disappeared completely. Today, we will delve into one of the greatest myths that has fascinated scientists and explorers throughout the ages. Atlantis. Was it a real city, or is it just a myth? And why did it disappear? Let's explore these questions together. But before we begin, dear viewer, subscribe to the channel and click the like button so we can continue providing you with this information. The discussion of Atlantis began in the 4th century BC with the Greek philosopher Plato. In his dialogues Timaeus and Critias, Plato described a huge island located in the Atlantic Sea, beyond the Pillars of Hercules, what we know today as the Strait of Gibraltar. He spoke of Atlantis as the greatest civilization known to mankind, a technologically and socially advanced state. According to Plato, Atlantis was once one of the most powerful powers in the world. Despite its progress, it possessed an arrogant character, which led to its downfall. Atlantis was not just an ordinary city. It was composed of several small islands surrounded by a massive canal. Plato described the city as surrounded by a multi-layered wall, and at its heart were huge royal tombs, as well as magnificent temples dedicated to the gods. Among the city's most important features were golden palaces, lush gardens, and an amazing irrigation system that irrigated the farmland. The inhabitants lived a life of extreme luxury, and Atlantis possessed a powerful naval force that dominated trade and the waterways. Plato says that the people of Atlantis were initially honest and upright, but over time, they degenerated into greed and avarice. Instead of maintaining their spiritual balance, they began to struggle for power and wealth, angering the gods. Corruption began to overwhelm their lives until divine punishment came, described by Plato as a massive earthquake and tsunami. It is said that one day, Atlantis suddenly sank into the sea within just 24 hours. In an instant, the city completely disappeared, never to be seen again. Plato himself stated that this was the result of the wrath of the gods. But what if there was a scientific explanation for this catastrophe? Some believe that earthquakes and volcanic eruptions may have been the cause of Atlantis's disappearance. Others link the disaster to a massive tsunami that struck the region. But the most important question is, was this the end of Atlantis, or was there something else hidden behind its disappearance? Ever since Plato told the story of Atlantis, scientists and explorers have been trying to discover its whereabouts. There are several theories about the location of Atlantis, including the Mediterranean Sea. Some scholars believe Atlantis may have been the island of Santorini in Greece, which was destroyed by a massive volcanic eruption. The Caribbean Sea. There is also a theory that Atlantis may have been located in the Caribbean, near the island of Bimini in the Atlantic Sea, the Atlantic Ocean. Another theory claims that Atlantis was somewhere in the Atlantic Ocean, beyond the Strait of Gibraltar, as Greek mythology describes the region as the uncrossable ocean. During the 20th century, new studies and research on Atlantis emerged, but no conclusive evidence has yet been found. Some consider Atlantis a cultural myth, while others view it as a lost civilization. Recently, archaeologists in the Mediterranean Sea discovered the remains of an ancient civilization that may be related to Atlantis. Was this a real discovery, or just another myth added to the list of ancient legends? Ultimately, our big question remains. Was Atlantis merely a myth concocted by the philosopher Plato, or was it truly a real civilization lost at sea? Is it possible for a city of such power to suddenly disappear? And might we ever discover the lost ruins of Atlantis? Who knows? But the story will live on in our minds as one of the world's greatest historical mysteries. And don't forget, dear viewer, to subscribe to the channel and activate the bell to receive all our updates.